Welcome back to Fairy Tale Anime Review, episode number 49. Yep, next week will be the 50th episode of this anime review series. Yes, it will become the third one to reach this far. Well, actually, it'll be the fourth because Case Close probably reached it before it will. Yeah, that's a possibility. This is reviewing the 317th episode of the anime, Dark Future. Picking up right where last week's episode left off, where you see Zeref and Gray. Gray, of course, basically is doing his ice spear that he wants to cast on Zeref, and it looks like it's going well. And then Natsu shows up. Of course, he also sees a vision of his late master and I don't know why no one has ever commented how smoking hot is. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman, and this woman basically is a mother. Yeah, mother of Altair, a woman who's now an old lady. All because she uses up her time magic. Yep. Natsu basically nails him. Well, basically stops him from using the magic. And then, of course, then he and Zeref proceed to have their big rematch, where it starts in this episode. Yeah, Zeref takes off his nice fancy coat to reveal another coat he wear underneath it. And basically, Gray decided to sit down and relax, while Natsu and Zeref basically beat the crap out of each other for a while. And we cut to Urza and Wendy. Well, after they apparently the area where they're fighting Urza's mother, Irene, was actually near Fairy Hills, the dormitory, which according to one of the OVAs, this is basically according to Lucy, she says that it's more expensive to live here than to live in her apartment that she has in the city. Yeah, more expensive to live there. And off to the side, and nobody comments this at all. Apparently, Urza says nothing about it. That her dead mother's over there. Yep. And then, of course, and then they're walking for a little bit. They're basically just past walking where her mother's corpse is. And then all of a sudden, everybody starts feeling a dark presence. See something coming in the sky. What is it? It's freaking Agalogia in his human form. Where apparently he flew. Yeah. Flying human version of Agalogia is not as threatening as, let's say, in his dragon form. I don't think he ever goes, so far from what I've seen, you never see him in this dragon form the whole entire arc. I don't know if don't remember, I guess it's been a while since I read the ending of this particular arc in the manga, but I don't remember if he actually goes back to dragon form in this particular, he probably does. And he just walks, Urza and Wendy are scared of him, as any person should, because, he's a very scary guy. He just walks past them, sees Irene's dead body, turns her over, and proceeds to desecrate her corpse. Shocking Urza, who had just previously seen her mother commit suicide right in front of her. Yes, her own mother, a person she never knew existed. Well, never met before, and yet she died in front of her. Yeah. And of course, then of course, we have the episode end with, first we have Kana Gildarts versus August, where Kana does a move that, as far as I know, this is only the second time she's ever done this move in the entire series. Fairy Glitter. Yes, the last time she was back way back in the Tenor arc. I think it was back in season 4 or 5 she last did. That was the first time she learned this particular spell. And she's never used a spell after that, before this particular arc. And she used it, creates a big explosion, and it does nothing to August. And of course, August tests them basically on their emotional love. He asks kind of, do you love your father? Says, he's not my favorite person in the world, which is kind of embarrassed by him. And of course, then he asks Gildarts, do you love your daughter? And he says, of course I do. And he asks him the simple question in the episode. What would your reaction be if I killed her right in front of you? And he's like, what? That's how the episode ends. Basically, any person who would suffer from grief, basically be sadness and anger, heavy grief, but yeah, if that happened, he would proceed to kill August right on the spot for doing that to his own daughter. Especially since she's his only other blood relative that he has. This is a good episode, but man, what a dark ending to this. mean, this episode is somewhat dark. I mean, the desecration of Agaloy desecrating Irene's corpse by basically stomping out really hard. Like, wow. It's like, good thing it's in shadows. Like, good thing we didn't see it. Like, good God, it would have been absolutely disgusting if A1 Pictures would have shown, like, what Irene's corpse looked like desecrated. Yes. I think that if they actually did show it, they probably would be receiving a lot of complaints from parents over this. Though, seeing it, like, in shadow the way it did it, I think it's perfectly fine. I think people in Japan will be fine with this. Here in the US, they might have a slight problem with that because this is a terrible thing to see. And luckily enough, it's only like you see like a silhouette of it and not seeing the actual desecration. Though we might see the aftermath of this next episode. But this overall was a good but very dark episode. Like, wow. But yeah, great. I'm looking forward to next week's episode, which is My Name Is ... which is probably going to explore August's backstory. And as far as I can tell, as this episode, there's only about 23 chapters left to adapt. And I looked up online that apparently by next episode to the air, which is going to be episode like 321, apparently it's going to go to 532. That means there's only be about 13 episodes left. Well, 13 chapters left. Even though there's only 7 at that point, by the time the episode airs, there's only about 7 episodes left to go. But I even told Todd Epicort about this on Big Comic Con that I looked up online. The info I heard is that they're going to stop at the second to last chapter of the series. He thinks that they're going to adapt up into the very end of the series. I hope they do that because it'd be kind of dumb to basically skip over the final chapter of the series. But who knows what they're going to do for the final 7 episodes? My personal guess? Well, they'll finish up definitely the final 13 chapters in just, well, probably almost all the episodes. Yeah, my guess is that probably, and this is my personal guess, that 327 will finish the series and maybe, well, it'll finish up adapting like the current arc and probably have 328 probably start with the, and this is my personally, it may start adapting the Century Quest arc, the Century Quest series. It's possible, but who knows when it comes to this particular series. I hope it starts with that one. And we might get a chance to see, like, maybe... Or maybe they could have the whole episode just be the whole final chapter of the series and just lead into a sit-up for Century Quest. It's possible, but all depends exactly where A1 Pictures wants to go with the thing. Heck, Capricorn wants the adaptation of Century Quest. I'd love to see it too. I also like an adaptation of the other stuff for Fairy Tail, okay? So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I'll probably get time to do about 2 more videos today. Yeah, basically, I plan to do 3 more Case Closed stuff before I move on to Pandora Hearts. Basically, View the Magic File, a TV special, I'll talk about that when I get up to it, and a review of a movie. Not one of the number movies, but basically a movie from Case Closed, okay? Until you see you next view. Bye.